the 419 with Gretchen DeBacker, Matt Killam, and Kevin Mullen.
Welcome into the 419, powered by WGTE and presented by Witro Wealth Management. I'm Kevin Mullen.
Gretchen DeBacker.
Matt Killam.
What are you doing?
I'm just drawing circles.
Yep.
Okay. Is that helpful? Is that
It does.
organizational?
I find it's helpful.
Yeah.
It is so good to be back with you guys.
It's so
It
good.
feels like
We've had a rough patch.
it feels like
Yeah.
well, I mean,
This is what happened to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Can we? That's right.
have
I
the
decided
Yoko
to go
Ono,
off and
though.
do my own show
Yeah.
on a different network.
Yeah.
And it just
Typical.
didn't work out, so I'm
Yes.
back.
We've got to cancel quick.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the story of Kevin's life.
Yeah.
Matt, Gretchen and I talked about this when I came back from a few days off. Gretchen and I did a show together. You were off. But I'm curious where you come up with the reasons why I'm out.
Yeah.
Because
Well, that's up to you. I don't know the rules of what you can talk about out loud.
I said it was HIPAA, and he's like, we don't have HIPAA.
I kept referring to it as hippo. I was like, it's the hippo rules.
Yeah,
I want to, keep private what you want to keep private.
Right.
But I was commenting. First of all, both of
People
you.
will know what you
abandoned
enlarged
me.
when they
I was
see you.
on
We did.
vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on vacation.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get vacations.
I did officially
Yeah.
abandon you, but that was a work-related thing, so I couldn't control it.
I wish I could tell you it went great, but it didn't. We had to make some real decisions in real time. We only had to use one camera. I couldn't operate the clock. Our guests could tell something was amok. We covered going in and out of the segments was not polished.
No.
Nor.
But that wasn't polished when I was here.
I kept
so-
referring it to the show is the 419.
418?
Yeah, I was counting down.
418.
Yeah.
417.
Well, I will say that I got an email from Kelly who said she had a great time and she thought it was fabulous. Same thing with Rhonda.
Yeah, I
So-
sent those emails myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I watched the shows. You did great.
I didn't watch them. Sorry.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, sure you will. No, that's okay. I missed you both. I tell everyone the best shows that we have are when Gretchen is engaged.
Yeah.
And
The best shows we have are when we have Kevin's brains, your humor, and my beauty.
that's right. So we've never had a good show.
So here's to hoping it starts
That's
right now.
Season 2.
Season two.
We do have a great show scheduled
Yes.
for
We
today.
We do.
We're going to have Amy Voigt from the city of Toledo.
One of my faves.
Incredibly talented storyteller.
Yep.
Who has taken her talents to not just South Beach, but
That's right.
really one government center.
You know
That's
what
right.
that's? You know what
No, what does
yeah,
that
I think
mean?
it is. It's a sports
I'm
reference.
so excited.
We'll see if Amy knows it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she'll get that reference.
Nope.
And then Haifa,
Yes.
friend of ours, is
I don't know
with
this person.
Hospital Council of Northwest Ohio. She's
Okay.
fantastic.
Nice.
They've got some cool things coming up, and so we'll learn a little bit more about the role that Hospital Council plays in Northwest Ohio,
Okay.
as well as some of the things, opportunities for us to get engaged in the work they're doing. And then Keith Snyder is a brewmaster. Some of the best craft beers in Northwest Ohio have his thumbprint on them. And he has assembled an incredible team that is reopening 60cc Brewing, just right up the road from us here.
Gretchen, I don't know if I've ever seen you drink a beer.
I like beer.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have a favorite?
I like lemony ones. I know that's not probably what Keith wants to hear, but Keith is also a
lemony
former
ones.
Toledo police detective and/or officer.
I did not know that.
I think I have the right person. I could be wrong.
Okay.
We'll
My
ask
guess
him.
is she is.
Well, that's what this show's all about.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about making up stuff
Yeah.
and then figuring out if we were right.
Making people say it's true.
Then I did have a great show. I'm sorry. That's it.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we're joined by Amy Voigt with the City of Toledo. It's the 419, powered by WGTE. Support for the 419 comes from Witro Wealth Management, where we understand that your financial path is personal. Advisory services are offered through Capital Investment Advisory Services, LLC. Securities offered through Capital Investment Group, Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. More information at WitroAdvisors.com.
The 419, powered by WGTE, is made possible in part by supporters like you. Thank you.
Welcome back into the 419, powered by WGTE. Our show is jam-packed every day,
Every day.
week, with incredible people doing incredible things across Northwest Ohio. We're joined now by one such individual, Amy Voigt with the City of Toledo. Amy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
I'm
you
so
for being here.
delighted. Thank you.
So you and I first met
Years ago.
a long time ago.
15, 16 years.
Maybe?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you are what I lovingly refer to as a recovering journalist.
Yes.
So worked for the Blade. Talk to me about kind of your early career here in Toledo, and then what brought you
Sure.
to your role now with the City of Toledo.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was an
We'll
intern.
decide if it's interesting.
Good point.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm going to tell it interestingly.
And then we'll judge it.
that's right.
Okay.
Just the way I live my life.
Yeah.
Being
That's right.
judged.
Yeah,
I
being
love
judged.
it.
Yeah, got it.
So I actually interned in Toledo back in like 2002. I was just graduated from Missouri School of Journalism with a master's in photojournalism. And I interned
Can I
there.
talk to you? Missouri in the summer is one of the hottest places on earth.
Really?
Yeah.
My grandparents lived in St. Louis most of my life, and the wind hasn't blown in St. Louis, Missouri since the Truman administration. I've been
There's
to
also a humidity dome
scorcher.
over the entire.
I've been to Africa and inland Mexico, and Missouri is somehow still the hottest place I've ever been
I know.
in my life.
Sweat pouring
Yeah.
down your back. It's
It's
horrible.
absolutely,
Great
yeah.
for pictures.
So-
Glimmer.
Right.
So I interned in Toledo for a while, and my mother's from Cleveland, so Ohio's been in my heart forever, even as a military brat traveling. So I was honored to work at the Blade and got a job in Birmingham, Alabama. Went down there for about a year, took some pictures, worked for Scripps Howard, and then it closed. And that was the first kind of
Wow.
downfall of journalism. So I made a call to some people at the Blade, and I was like, I'm out of a job. And they said, welcome back. We're happy to have you. And
Sure.
so I was really lucky to get
What year was that?
job. That was 2007.
Okay.
So I knew Toledo, I knew the people, I knew the editors, I knew the journalists. So I just kind of jumped in and started running. And then 20 years later.
What was
here I am.
that? What was that shift? Were there were several photographers? Were you guys sort of on call? Would you do day shift, night shift? How did it work that you knew what story you were going to be on?
That's a really interesting question, and I'm sure fascinating to a lot of people. We're always on call, really. So we have a cell phone if there's a fire, breaking news. I mean, you know this, Kevin. We're basically always on call, but we did have day shift, night shift, and a lot of our sports photographers would work at night so that they could cover the games, football, basketball. I was usually daytime because I'm like community oriented. I like
Yeah.
telling stories about people, about activities. So
Gretchen, you're a big sports fan.
yeah, you are.
Tell me if you could cover any historic sporting event through the lens of a camera, what would it be?
And what was the result?
And what are the teams that
And
win?
did you win awards?
Yeah,
Now, when you say sports,
yeah, sure.
what are you referring to?
Yeah, go ahead, Amy. Bail us out here.
What is the difference between a photographer and a photojournalist?
Good question.
That is a good question. I think it's more storytelling and showing the essence of people. So you're a photographer, you're always looking at light, how things are composed in the frame. Photojournalism is more delving deep into storytelling, personality, emotion, content, and trying to basically
But you're also recording history, right? I mean, if you're going to a press
Yes.
conference or
Yes.
or a fire or the scene of a crime or something, you're recording that for forever, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you describe yourself as an artist or a journalist?
That is a very good question. I would say that I'm, at this point in my life, an artist.
It isn't a natural transition necessarily, and this will certainly display my ignorance or generalizing unfairly. You are a military brat, your words, right? So having a military upbringing doesn't necessarily automatically transition into art, right? But that's normally a fairly transient. So is the camera a way for you to socialize? Was it a way for you to give a little bit of a gap socially, a little protection, a little safety? I have a dear friend that's a photographer. He struggles with real social anxiety. With the camera, he's very comfortable because it's enough of a barrier between him and the stranger. Walk us through being a military kid. That's not an easy gig.
It's not an easy gig because you move every 3 years.
Yeah.
You have to jump into a new school, a new community. Luckily for me, I grew up on a lot of military bases, so we were all kind of in the same boat. You know, new school, new teachers, new environment. So I had to make friends quickly and learn how to communicate.
Right.
But to go on your point about the camera, yes, I seem like an extrovert and very engaging, but I'm really quite shy and introverted. And when I have a camera, it gives me a passport to people, to places, to things. And I mean, when I have a camera in my hand, and I've probably said this a million times, I'm my best. I feel my best. I feel most comfortable. And telling other people's stories is really important to me. And it kind of takes me away from
Yourself.
me.
When was the first camera purchased for you, or did you purchase it? When did it come into your life?
Question too.
How can we make Gretchen an introvert? Or make her
Good luck.
or make her a shut-in?
I'm going to shout out to my brother, David, who is a musician and an artist. And
You're all artists.
we are, which is funny because my dad was a colonel in the Marine Corps, and we were probably his biggest nightmare.
Yeah, sure.
Raising two artists.
yeah.
But my brother had a girlfriend named Sasha Waters, and she's actually a really astute filmmaker now. She has a.
She's here. Come on out, Sasha. No, yeah, just kidding.
But she just did a documentary on Mary Oliver, the poet, and she's doing the circuit. I mean, she's a very.
You don't know who that
and she got me into photography because she was a photographer, and I just saw her work on my brother's walls, and I was like, wow, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
want to do that. And
How
so
old were you when that?
university.
Okay.
But I've always been attracted to pictures. I mean, my mom was very cultural and took us to museums, and we went to plays, and there was National Geographics all over the house. So I think I loved pictures and I loved art, but Sasha was the one that really inspired me.
We're talking with Amy Voigt with the City of Toledo. So from the Blade to One Government Center, what is your role?
First of all, during the break, Amy said to Gretchen how great she is. Which she had to pass that message through, at least past my face.
So
and ears.
a weird thing here, Matt, is that there was no break.
What? No, in my head, there should have been a break because it was. I just had a small blackout. Amy, I am sitting like in between the person.
Yeah, well,
You're an inspiration to me too, Matt.
Well, now I'll take that platitude.
Yeah. It seems
so
safe to
Amy,
take it.
what is your role with the City of Toledo now?
So I'm a communications specialist. I like to also call myself a multimedia content manager.
Call it.
So I do a lot of the photography and a little bit of videos for the website, for our social media, but I also do a lot of the press conferences. I'm kind of like the Amy of all trades,
Amy,
just jumping in where I'm needed.
At the risk of making you feel uncomfortable, I will tell you one of your many talents is, press conferences certainly sometimes are celebratory, but many times they are not, or at least dealing with information that is complicated. And having you be present is always welcoming.
It is.
You feel more comfortable there, and you are a good camera or not, which you have immense talent. You have a good way of framing all things and making people feel more comfortable.
Thank you.
So that you have a natural talent in that.
Thank you. That means a lot to me, Matt.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
When I left
Notice Gretchen didn't say that to you. That was me. Your good buddy, your good talented friend Gretchen, who carries the
when I
show.
left TV, there was kind of just this realization that I went from reporting the news to sort of making the news, right? Working with organizations that are, so even if I was still on the marketing PR side, I still have a camera with me.
Yep.
It's still different.
Yep.
What was the moment for you when you were like, oh, this is a different job, and here's why I'm great at it? I mean, you're probably too modest to answer that second half.
It's a hard transition going from covering and telling stories and then being the one to answer to the media. So that was very challenging for me because I'm really honest and very transparent, and I say things and embellish and storytell. So that was a very big transition. I knew I was in my vibe when I started covering festivals, parades, and documenting the people of Toledo, whom I love and adore, and
Like Gretchen.
like Gretchen,
Great.
who actually helped me get the job and was
Yeah.
a great inspiration for me. And I think she said something about, I love the way that you captured Toledo and you put us in a great light. And I really want
Amy,
you to
who
come
called
work
you to
with
have you
us.
come on the show? Was it Gretchen?
It was great.
Yeah, so we're getting you. No.
Oh, so you're trying to say that because she worships me. No, I'm just kidding.
No favorites here. No favorites here.
Yeah.
Why I'm most comfortable here right now in front of the camera
Yeah.
is because of you three.
Yeah.
Because I've known Kevin for years, you for years, and Matt, you for years. So I wouldn't even be here if it weren't for you.
What is the
So-
one thing that you know, the Blade is its own organization. You got
Yeah.
all the ins and outs.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's things that we'd be surprised to learn. But what is something that you have been most surprised to learn about the city of Toledo as an operation?
Good question.
Like that you maybe you didn't know they did, or that
It works like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much it takes to fill a pothole
Yeah.
Yeah.
and how much infrastructure, how many minds it takes to make sure that infrastructure is working and working properly, and engineers. And I mean, the one thing I really love about being a photographer is I don't have to listen to complicated things, and
Sure.
I'm a visualist.
Yes, I love that too.
So yeah. So that was tough. It was tough and interesting at
Yeah.
the same time.
So you've
and I'm
got-
learning so much.
Amy, if you
really.
could do anything indiscriminate of the practicality of it, I mean, any job in existence, what would it be? And income doesn't matter. If you could do anything, what would it be?
I'm going to be a war photographer. I
Yeah.
want to go out there. Like my career, I love Toledo and I love the city, but at some point in my life, I want to pick up that camera and I want to go to Gaza. I want to go to Israel. I want to go where things are happening, and I want to make pictures that matter and that educate the people.
Are the big newspapers or other media outlets still have correspondence like that in the way they used to? So would this have to be, when you think about it or dream about it, would it have to be something that you sort of just pick up to document?
Yeah, I mean, even the New York Times, Boston Globe, like Reuters, AP. I mean, AP just laid off a ton of people. You're really taking a chance. You're using your own money to get over there, and you don't have health insurance. You don't have like the power of the New York Times to extract you from a situation.
Sure.
You don't have that kind of support. So yes, you're taking a big chance. So
What do you think about the general sort of, I mean, I don't think it's inappropriate to say decline of these media organizations and of these major newspapers and their reporting on the world?
Gretchen, it is heartbreaking to me. It is heartbreaking. I don't think that in these times that people want to get below the surface and see what's actually happening and learn.
Understand,
And
yeah.
understand. I mean, I was just talking to Jaden yesterday, actually, and we were both lamenting that it's a quick hit now. You want to hear from the influencer. You want, the 30-second soundbite, like, what do they say? And then move on. And back in our day and my day, we delved deeper. Kevin, you know this. I mean, we talked to people. We wanted to make change. We wanted to tell accurate stories, and we wanted to have people become emotionally involved. And I think that's it's just heartbreaking.
It's
to me.
sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
sad.
it's part of what I've loved about this program and WGTE as a whole is we've got the time and the opportunity to really get to know somebody, right? It's if we're on any other network in Northwest Ohio, this is a 3 to 4 minute interview. We're surface level only. You've got a press release. You've got an event coming up. Let's hit it. You get out. And then I'm on to the next thing.
Right.
Well, we're
And
so happy that we could meet Amy, and already
Yes.
15 minutes has flown
Wow,
by.
that went fast.
Yeah, so let's do the quiz real
It's
quick.
now time for
Okay, here we
Gretchen's
go.
Wacky Quiz.
Okay,
I'm going to
here
ask
we
4
go.
rapid fire questions. Gretchen's asking for your one word to describe Toledo, and you and Matt will list the 9 best things in Toledo. Question number 1, what gift would you most like to receive?
Money,
Done.
Good Lord.
Where do you go when you want to be alone?
my bedroom.
What song have you listened to the most in the last week?
Stone Roses, Waterfall. Every morning, yep. And
Really?
then just because,
I don't even know what that
I
is.
lived in New York City for a very long time, went to Fordham, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
All right.
Yeah, Empire State of Mind. Go
Concrete
Knicks.
Jungles. If you had to swap lives with anyone for a week, who would it be?
Michelle Obama.
More than a week, I'd do it forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
What is the one word you would use
I'd swap
to
you for
describe?
Michelle Obama as well. I'd really swap you for anyone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or Jay-Z
Yeah.
or whoever the hell sings Stone Rose Water.
Stone roses.
Just-
whatever.
just do
What's the
yours.
one
I'd
word
swap
you would
you for a
use to
stone
just-
rose.
Or a stone. We could go on forever.
What's the one word you would use to describe the city of Toledo or the region?
Resilient.
Okay, love it.
All right, Bub. 9 of your favorite things. Let's do it.
Maumee River
Love it.
flowing straight through our city. Amazing restaurants. This is about Toledo, correct?
Yep.
Amazing restaurants, courageous, loving people who care about their community. I've never been in a city that loves their city so much.
Yeah.
Just the beautiful park systems we have. Shout out to Joe Fosnow, who's doing an amazing job, and Metro Parks, of course. Of course.
Sure.
Riverwalk. Absolutely incredible. I love our music vibe here.
All right.
Shout out to Toll House, bringing jazz back to the Glass City. And 9.
Did 9 miles.
See, you could have gone on and on.
I know.
Love it. Amy, thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so much for being here.
joining
It was
us.
so fun.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Haifa Hailu with the Hospital Council of Northwest Ohio. It's the 419, powered by WGTE.
To me, community means connecting to others.
I'm Donnie Miller, and welcome to The Point.
I love PBS Kids!
We're a community committed to education. Discover new ideas, dive into exciting subjects, and engage with the world around you.
I would send them personally a t-shirt. Crime doesn't pay in the Old West End, pass it on. That's how we cleaned up the neighborhood.
Vision loss for people is not the end.
It's a story, it's the next chapter.
WGTE Public Media invites you to Get Out and Play Day.
The 419, 7 a.m. on YouTube, 3 p.m. on FM 91, and 6 p.m. on WGTE Connects. It's the 419, powered by WGTE.
WGTE, where you come to watch, listen, and learn.
Welcome back into the 419, powered by WGTE. If you have no idea what Hospital Council of Northwest Ohio is, you may not be alone because you're with me. I'm not entirely sure what the Hospital Council does, but we're joined now by Haifa Hailu from Hospital Council. What is, aside from what it sounds like, what is the Hospital Council of Northwest Ohio? What do you guys do?
So at Hospital Council of Northwest Ohio, what we do is we help families reach resources that they need, whether it's maternal and child health, families in crisis, or disaster preparedness. We've been around 54 years.
You're kidding me.
No, it was formerly known as the Hospital Council of Northwest Ohio, and it's now the Health Council of Northwest Ohio. So if you want to put the...
If I want to get the name right, I would say Health Council. All right, so I still remember Hospital Council.
So is it sort of a
Council of Northwest
consortium
Ohio.
of local hospitals that contribute to this? What is who makes up the council?
That's a great question. So for right now, it used to be a consortium of hospitals, and this is where it's like I'm 4 months in and I'm messing up right now.
No, you're not.
No, you're good. I mean, but I think it's the reality is your focus is on the overall health across Northwest Ohio.
So our main focus is to make sure that families receive the care and access that they need in Northwest Ohio. Again, we've had single moms that she's got an 18-month-old and a 5-year-old, and she's gone through some sort of, whether it was domestic violence or anything in her life, and she needs the resources for her child, diapers, formula. We meet them where they're at.
Yeah.
We provide them the resources. We make sure that they're stabilized, get them to where they need, and then they're able to move on. No judgment.
I want to come back to this, but you also have, you're a fascinating individual. You're a dear friend, but you are a Rotarian. You are a former firefighter.
What?
Right. So talk to me about where...
Must have been very small fires. You're not a very big human being.
I can handle it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I believe
She
you.
could kill you.
Yeah, talk about, so where are you from originally? And
Mommy, born and raised, so second oldest of 7 kids.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Mom and dad immigrants. My dad immigrated from Syria. My mom immigrated from Lebanon. Got married and had 7 of us. So.
Who's your least favorite sibling? I'm just kidding.
No, we're all different. Love them all, right? We all have different personalities.
Are you the oldest girl?
No.
Okay, you have an
Second.
older sister. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
5 girls, 2 boys.
Okay.
Wow.
What was the dream as a kid?
My dream was to become a trauma surgeon.
So you've always wanted to be in the thick of it.
I did. I mean, in my blood, I kind of get it, but somebody else, if there's trauma, I'm in.
Yeah, fascinating. And talk to us a little bit about the steps to where you are today. I just found out that you were a fire person, so it's a nonlinear path, but it sounds like service is in your DNA. So walk us through with where you are today.
So really quick, graduated high school. My uncle opened a restaurant, which was one of the fine dining restaurants in Toledo, the Mango Tree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he called me. He's like, "Can you help me out for 2 weeks?" 23 years later.
No.
I was still there. So
Oh, my gosh.
So in that 23-year span, I became a firefighter EMT. And then I also worked for ProMedical Toledo Hospital, dispatched for Ottawa Hills Police Fire and EMS. And
So how do you explain your lack of motivation?
well, I love shoes. So to buy shoes, you need money.
A sad commentary. This is all to buy footwear. Sorry.
It's not sad.
I
It's
decided
not
to
sad
save
at all.
lives.
I like helping people, sure, but it's really a vector to get more shoes. The Mango Tree, for those of you who don't know, has been on Reynolds Road or was on Reynolds Road for an eternity.
23 years.
It was a high-end restaurant. I have dined there as a younger person, and I remember driving by the sign, always having high-quality things being served there. You worked there for 23 years and intermittently did all these other things. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time and I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this for a little bit, and then I'm going to go back to college.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. I mean, I met the most amazing people working there throughout the city of Toledo.
Yeah.
Made great friends, and then 2008 came.
Yeah.
You know, everything kind of plummeted. People weren't spending money. It's like, oh, I need to do something more. And,
Sure.
you know, I was like, oh. And then one day I was traveling, and there was an accident. It was at 795 and was it Oregon Road?
Sure.
And I was like, oh, I got out of the car, and I was like, oh, how can I help? Police officer's like, direct traffic. And I'm like, no, I don't want to direct traffic. He's like, can you do anything else? I'm like, no. He's like, direct traffic. I'm like, no. And he goes, direct traffic. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, sure.
So I directed traffic, and after that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go take the class, become an EMT firefighter.
So you could do it, yeah. And the firefighter schedule is convenient in that you work a couple days and then you're off a couple days. So you could do both, in theory, do both things.
Well, at that time, I actually got on, which to me, there isn't a difference between volunteer and paid, but I was on volunteer. So I never partied and I didn't drink. So it was like I got off of work and I was on duty at 11 p.m. to...
Tell me why, where did this come from? I mean, there is, to your point, volunteering and being paid is relative. It sounds like it's almost irrelevant to you, you know. And not a lot of people have chosen to get out of the car. Or some people would have been irritated by the disruption of their traffic pattern. Sure. But where do you think this throw your hat in the ring spirit comes from?
My parents.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, you're raised, you're born, you're created on this earth to help one another, right? So we're here to serve.
Yeah.
Serve is above self. We're all in it together.
Yeah.
I don't believe in gatekeeping. I don't believe in I'm better than you. It's what do I have that you need? You know, and I've seen that through my struggles. I have a tribe of girlfriends that have seen me struggle through divorce, through raising a rambunctious 7-year-old going on 20.
Sure.
I mean,
I have a 7-year-old also.
Yes.
Yeah. We should get them together.
Yes, absolutely.
What's the name of your 7-year-old?
Nor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Matt wants to cage fight.
yes.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Mo. I don't know. Mo is my 7-year-old.
I'd be afraid of Mo if I were you.
I am afraid of Mo.
Yeah. No, I think Nor should be afraid of
But
her,
you
too.
have written on your paper, create a lasting impact. Talk to me about what that means to you.
Create lasting impact. That is the new, the 26-27 model for Rotary International. So everything and anything we do, we need to create that lasting impact. And it means, if that means change needs to happen, whether it's in your organization, your daily life, your work, that's what's going to last. People aren't going to remember what you wore or what you ate, or
Even if they're great shoes.
right. I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
But
Maybe the shoes could have an impact.
Yes.
Yeah. They don't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what you leave
Yeah.
when you're gone.
Let's talk a little bit more about the health council. Tell us just sort of some straight facts, people that don't know. Who's eligible? What is it? Is it money only? Is it services? Is it referrals? Like what can someone, who would be someone that should approach you for help?
So if you have a family in need, if you are a single mom and you are struggling, you need formula, diapers, there is a process. We are not a crutch. We provide the education for you to get to where you need. We also provide those resources. There's mentoring. We've had an unfortunate situation of a mother of 5 that was in a domestic violence situation. And she needed resources and rental assistance. There's obviously documentations and things that need to be provided, but they're there to help. Our programs like the Pathways Hub, they're the ones that help. We have our natural disaster preparedness program also that helps if there's a crisis. They also help with education with fire and EMS in the community.
When you say natural disaster, are we talking about tornadoes or quite literally anything?
Tornadoes. Not too long ago, they also assisted in evacuating a nursing facility.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So.
How can the community get involved in what you guys are doing? Either volunteer opportunities, I imagine you guys do fundraising.
We do. We actually have an amazing golf outing coming up on August 7th. I heard you guys were going to move your show to that morning to the golf course.
There you go.
I mean,
it's a Friday.
That might be the most successful thing I ever do on a golf course.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sure you'll do
I promise
more.
you it's not playing.
Yeah.
I'm banned for most of them. So
I am a golfer, but not a great golfer. But you know what? It's about fun and camaraderie. So that day, it's not just about golfing. It's about everything is going to help fund these programs to help people in the community. We've got some fun activities. It's at Valleywood on August 7th.
Okay.
Registration at 7:45 a.m. Tee off at 9.
Nice.
We're going to have some great prizes. We also have one of our local members donated his house over in Aruba.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to be one of our raffle items, silent auction items.
That's a good silent auction item.
Yes, so that's going to be our silent auction item. Really, it's come out, have fun. You're supporting these programs. You're helping these families receive the resources that they need without judgment, meeting them where they're at.
How else are you funded besides your fundraising?
So we do have an amazing group in our organization that get the grants, that submit, write the grants, but that's how we're mainly funded. So my position is new, so philanthropic and development, because most of those grants are restricted.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
So, and there are needs that you may need food, because we also help with food insecurity, housing insecurity, and some of those grants don't help. So we need some unrestricted funds to be able, so when those families or individuals come to us in need, we can say, yes, we have these funds to help you.
What do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun?
Yeah, I mean, you're a mom. You are using your spare time to save lives. So
that's fun.
But still,
Right.
That's right. It's a fair point.
I mean, I was hanging out on the Martin Luther King Jr. Bridge last Saturday.
Yeah, there you go. So
that's fun.
That was fun. But what do you enjoy about the area? But what does downtime look like to you?
Oh my goodness. Honestly, it's shopping.
Yeah, that's right.
Love to take the little one. We go shopping.
Yes. Tell me your favorite pair of shoes you've ever purchased. Where were they?
They're actually on my feet right now.
Those are a great pair. Gretchen,
That's a good pair
can you
of
describe
shoes.
this pair of shoes?
These are an animal print with some sparkles, and they're way too high.
They
Heels
look great.
for me, because it would make me about 6'5". Yeah, but
and-
they're beautiful.
And you're a faller.
I'm a tripper, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not to add out tripper for FCC rules, but that's an exciting compilation of things. A 7-year-old is both great to entertain and also difficult to, if yours is like mine, thanks to her mom, she's very smart and asks a lot of questions. I'm like, boy, I don't know.
Yes.
What is something you do with your daughter that you would to teach her about empathy for people that are in need, or how even like little kids can help get involved in their community? I'm sure there's things that you do.
Yeah, that's a great question. So it's being a single mom. Sometimes you can't find sitters, right?
Sure.
So I said to myself, just take her with you to Rotary.
Right.
Yeah.
So they inducted her as a young Rotarian volunteer. So whether we have a fundraiser, I was just installed as my second term as president for Reynolds Corners Rotary Tuesday. Took her with me.
Congratulations,
Thank
Madam
you.
President.
Thank you.
That's
So
right.
I'm showing
That's
her
so
service
important.
above self.
Yes.
And there's also pie there.
Oh my God, Schmucker's pie every Tuesday, yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about, we've talked about Toledo Rotary, certainly on the podcast and on this program through my involvement, but there are a number of Rotary clubs across Northwest Ohio, Reynolds Corners being one of the longstanding great clubs in our area. What was it that drew you to Rotary, that club, and then, of all the things that you could do with your time, right? You're busy. You're busy with work. You're busy as a mom. But then you say, you know what? I'm also going to lead this great club now for 2 years.
It really is the service above self. I saw the great things that they do, how they help the community. If there's an ask, they provide, and they don't talk about it, right? And then we just did the Playhouse build.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Amazing. I was in tears.
And what is that? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So the Playhouse build is when different organizations, companies around Northwest Ohio get together, and they are given instructions on this family is requesting this certain playhouse. So ours was a Bluey playhouse.
Yes.
Yes. So the materials are provided. You have to put it together, paint it, design it, bring little things.
Are you handy?
Somewhat.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah.
And then the families bring in the kids, and then you just get to see the glow.
Oh, they probably just love it.
Yes.
Also, in terms of children's programming, it's no Daniel Tiger, but Bluey is a godsend.
Yes.
Comparatively to the other garbage.
Yes.
Yeah. What is your least favorite thing your kid ever was interested in watching?
Oh my gosh, K-pop Demon
Yeah.
Hunter. I don't.
K-pop Demon Hunters is the weirdest thing.
No, actually, it's not the weirdest thing.
great.
There is a bunch of Lucy, my oldest, loved to watch these YouTube videos of kids playing with toys and unwrapping them. It was the most bizarre, and she loved it. And I was like, oh, maybe this is just a weird thing my kid was into. And I started talking about people like, no, my kid watches that too. That's the creepiest thing. Yes.
I
It's
can't
so
do-
weird.
My brother just had twins. The reason why I was out is I was down visiting him and meeting the twins.
Not the way I told it.
That's right. No, you told a very different story. But he's got a 2-year-old, and so we got a chance to sort of like see her bedtime routine. And she watches some show that I don't remember what it is, but it was like educational cartoon type thing.
Yeah.
And we were like, all right, we've got some shows we got to introduce you to. And so Bluey was one that they had never watched, and it was like, you got to watch this.
Yeah.
And then Peg Plus Cat has maybe the greatest theme song of any children's program. It is a PBS program, and it is phenomenal. I don't know if it's still on
The song
or
is
not.
done by Slayer.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
exactly right. If people want more information on Health Council of Northwest Ohio, where can they find it?
Go to our website, so www.hcno.org. Get a hold of me. I'd love to have some one-to-ones and go from there. But love to have the community come out and support our golf outing.
August 7th.
August 7th, Valleywood.
Valleywood, 7:45 a.m. registration, 9 a.m. tee off.
Awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
Haifa, thank you for
nice to
everything
meet
you're
you.
doing in the community.
Thanks for the coffee.
Absolutely,
All
anytime.
right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, let's talk beer. We'll be joined by Keith Snyder with 60cc Brewing. It's the 419, powered by WGTE. Support for the 419 comes from Witro Wealth Management, where we understand that your financial path is personal. Advisory services are offered through Capital Investment Advisory Services, LLC. Securities offered through Capital Investment Group, Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. More information at WitroAdvisors.com.
Destination Toledo. Whether you're a local or a visitor, Destination Toledo invites you to explore the region and be a tourist in Toledo. Find events, dining, and things to do at visittoledo.org.
WorkSpring. HR issues and employee well-being go hand in hand. WorkSpring supports employers through compliance, training, and wellness because healthy workplaces don't happen by accidents. Learn more at workspring.org.
Toledo Refining Company, a subsidiary of PDF Energy. Toledo Refining Company is a supplier of fuels that keep our region moving. Located in Oregon, Ohio, the refinery processes crude oil into gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and other petroleum products.
And TARTA, celebrating its 55th year of connecting Northwest Ohioans to their community. More information at tarta.com. Welcome back into the 419, powered by WGTE. We're joined now by Keith Snyder, the new owner of the newly reopened, or soon to be reopened, 60cc Brewing. Keith, thanks for being on here.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So talk to me, if people aren't familiar, where is and what is 60cc Brewing?
Okay, 60cc Brewing is a nano brewery with a tap room that's located in the Reynolds Corner neighborhood of Toledo. It opened in 2021 by Mike and Megan Perry, founded the business. They had a run for several years, and there were a lot of personal issues going on, and they decided to put the business up for sale last year.
Based on the amount of research Gretchen has done, they're related to Steve Perry, the leader of Journey?
I cannot confirm that.
Okay.
They probably are then.
They could
Sounds
be.
like confirmation to me.
Yeah.
What is a nano brewery?
So within the larger craft beer world, you sort of categorize them by how much beer they can make.
Okay.
And so a nano brewery is the smallest level.
Kevin, that's how you refer to your genitals. Is there any correlation between the two?
Wow.
No?
I don't even.
Especially since your surgery last week.
And we're back. So 60 cc's for the layperson or anyone that has not watched ER. Can you give me a little bit of background on the name itself?
So that's a reference to a small motorcycle engine.
Oh, okay.
So the theme is a small and vintage motorcycles.
So in the break, Gretchen was
I thought
very
it meant
proud
a
of knowing
shot.
exactly what it was. And having been in the brewery and knowing what it is, I knew that was entirely wrong. And I was like, I'm just going to let it happen.
Would you
This is
agree with me,
amazing.
Keith, that
But
you
I was
also say
excited for her to get it
cc's
wrong,
when you're
not
giving
you.
someone a shot in a hospital?
Well, yeah,
I need
cubic
6
centimeter.
Thank you.
It's a reference
I knew it
to
was
a
that.
volume.
What, I mean, so you are not a stranger to the craft brewery scene in Northwest Ohio.
I'm not.
You were founder of Ernest Brewworks.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, former business partner, we founded Ernest Brewworks back in 2016.
So you're also an attorney?
Yeah, that in a former life, yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What is it that got you into brewing?
Yeah.
I mean, you started as a home brewer?
I fell in love with craft beer shortly after turning 21. It was a very up and coming at that time. Plenty of breweries to try regionally or even locally at the time.
And where were you? Were you in Toledo or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was raised here, and I was going through college and law school at the time.
Keith, did you have an aha moment? I mean, there's, not to over-romanticize it, but I do like to think of somebody who's an artist, which you are, taking a sip of something and having it say, well, was there a single beer that drove this, or just did it conceptually?
Well, what really exposed me to the world of complexity available for beers and for them to be respected as beverages just like wine or high-end cocktails or distilled spirits would have been Great Lakes Edmund Fitzgerald.
Okay.
It was one of the first times I had a beer that had that many layers of flavor. And it sort of said, wow, this is pretty cool. And now I know why everybody's scrambling to try hundreds of different kinds.
Oh, but this is probably not by accident, right? Talk to me a little bit about yourself in terms of layers and the complexity. Why does this fit sort of your personality? Have you always been interested in how things are made?
Yeah.
I mean, is it palate driven? Are you an entrepreneur? All these things. Tell me about you and why the transition into this was obvious.
I've always liked knowing how to take things apart, dissect them.
Interesting.
Around that same window, I also started doing a lot of home cooking.
Okay.
Got into cooking. I worked in a small grocery store before, and specifically with the butcher's side of things.
What grocery store?
And it was a small grocery store in Rossford, Dan's Finest Meat.
Sure.
And that was my uncle, Dan.
Yeah, okay.
And what I realized by working in that environment is that I didn't know how to cook.
Sure.
You know, I was working on my undergraduate degree at the time.
Okay.
And people would ask, well, what's the best way to cook that? Or how would you do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
And so, you know, having access to all the food, all the cuts, and everything else, I started getting more creative with what I was doing personally.
Yeah.
And so that ventured me down the rabbit hole. And when I fell in love with beer, said how much different can making beer be from making food?
Yeah.
Right.
And
how much alcohol did it take to be able to consume your early cooking?
Probably a fair amount.
A fair amount. That's fine.
Let's say maybe 60 cc's.
I was saying way over 60 cc's. Yeah, Gretchen, that's a.
It's a cubic centimeter.
That's the size of a motorcycle engine.
Yeah.
So talk to me about how you build, I'm really interested in, we've talked to other folks that have a restaurant or a brewery about how you build a menu, how you decide on different varieties of beer, but I'm really interested in, especially with now having bought an existing brewery, that will have customers and a brand and recipes. How do you kind of build this, and what does 60C look like moving forward?
Yeah, great question. So that's new to me too. This is my first time ever purchasing a business. I've only built one in the past. I've worked for a couple small businesses. I've seen dynamics of different size businesses, so I'm sort of writing it as I go.
Mm-hmm.
I like paying homage to the brand and what it can be. I also I think that the small brewery thing works best when it focuses on the immediate area around it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a place where people can come and relax, they can unwind. People tend to not want to do their most casual stuff further away from home. So I expect that we will get a good reception from the immediate neighborhoods around us, and we'll generate a lot of good relationships from that. So we want to be warm and inviting to the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
As for brands and stuff, I like a lot of the things that Mike and Megan were doing, but I also, as having a background in this, I'm going to put my own spin on it. So we've kept some of the brands, and we've sort of just reinvented them with my own twist on them.
Walk us through that.
One example is a beer called Rev It Up.
Yeah.
And it formerly was...
From the hospital volume.
That's right.
Gretchen's starting to get the theme.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
And that brand was formerly an American-style lager.
Okay.
A bright yellow beer meant to have quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, we were putting a portfolio of beers together, me and my tapper manager and my brewer. And
is it following the same pattern as the United States, having it be systematically dismantled? I'm just kidding. That's not the show.
Well, I'm in the rebuilding phase.
He's rebuilding,
Yeah, even better.
And this beer in particular, we already had a good light yellow beer in our menu that we were all agreed upon. And so we said, well, what do we do with this one? Because it sort of conflicts to have both of them on the portfolio at the same time. And I said, somebody said, do what the name says, Rev It Up. And so we made
Cocaine.
No.
Is that what you did?
No.
Okay.
No,
sorry.
you can't mix two drugs at once.
Yeah, okay, got
Well,
it.
that's how my parents met. I'm just kidding, they didn't meet.
So we took up the color, we took up the alcohol, we took up the maltiness.
Nice, okay.
And it became what's called a Vienna lager.
You mentioned...
Oh, interesting.
You mentioned your brewery manager and brewer. I mean, you've assembled a really impressive team. Talk to me about who you've added to the 60cc team.
Yeah, so Paul Ruloff, he is my brewer, and him and I both have the brewing background. But as you know, there's once you get the ball rolling, there's many other things to do besides actually making the beer.
Yeah.
And so I gotta pull the strings from above and make sure everybody gets paid and the lights stay on, that kind of stuff. And so we talk it out, any given beer, any process, how I best want it implemented, and then he executes. And
Is there a language among brewers, you both having the experience? I imagine you being there in the space and saying, let's make this brighter, or let's make this whatever.
Yeah.
And you both know what, in beer terminology, that word means?
It depends on your knowledge level and experience. But like I said, they're fairly similar in our way, so we're usually talking the same language, but we also bounce new ideas off each other.
This part, the dynamic of a craft brewery is a fascinating one to me because, and these are my words, and not to make you uncomfortable, but you have a sophisticated palate and background in this space, but you also have to keep the lights on and make payroll. So as you are wanting to explore, experiment, put new things out there, it isn't necessarily what the common person that walks through your doors are.
you talk a little bit about the juxtaposition to satiating your experimental need and also satiating the palate of just your everyday people? That's a difficult thing to do.
Yes, it is, and that's why there's 13 faucets on the wall when you walk in. You know, more options, you can serve a wider variety of people. And in line with that, with reopening the business, I also ventured into a new area that some brewers don't know how to feel about, and that's the production of hard seltzer and hard iced tea. Some people think it's looks down upon the craft. It doesn't use the same ingredients that you'd typically have in a beer.
It is amazing how we add elitism to anything.
Yes, but
do you like regular iced tea?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then me too, because I want to be nice.
I do.
Do you like iced tea? You guys iced tea drinkers?
Yeah. Diet Coke first. But
I was down in Nashville for a week. It was sweet tea.
Yeah, but that's basically
mostly
just sugar.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Any tea that you have to chew.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so you're getting into the seltzers.
Yeah, we're keeping them on the table as an option. We want to have a seltzer and a hard iced tea available at all time. They've done well with our few days of business and our soft openings that we've had so far.
a lot of these microbreweries have don't have food, don't offer food items. You can sometimes bring food in. What's the vibe there in terms of people coming in for a food or snack?
So, a couple things here. So, we're always open to people bringing your own food in.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be that way until the health department says otherwise.
Don't tell them.
They don't watch the show.
As for right now, we have a snack menu, a prepackaged snack menu.
Sure.
Bobby, the tapper manager, had found as many local vendors as he could that we could easily get.
Very cool.
So we have Wolfie's Nuts, and we have the name's eluding me now, but pretzels out of Michigan, and Faygo soda.
Yeah, Faygo. What's your favorite Faygo flavor?
I like the Rock and Rye.
Hell yeah, man.
Right, that's the best one.
That is a great. I don't know what's in there other than it has to be black tar heroin. It is delightful.
What is there as you were getting into brewing, kind of maybe in the early days, or I mean, it could have been yesterday, right? Is there a notable fail that you're like, this is going to be great, and all along the way you think it's working, and then you taste it and you're like, this is terrible?
There's been a couple of those. Most of those happen in the early days when you're learning more about the process and what equipment is necessary for your version of the process.
Where are your recipes? Or do you have them on your phone? Are they on Post-it notes on the tanks? Where do you keep track of where do you keep track of what you're putting in?
So there's been a lot of good brewing software developed over the past 30 years.
Okay.
And so I'm using formulation software.
Got it.
And that accounts for all your equipment and gets you everything to the BTU and gallon and whatever else you want. It can take care of all the metrics as complicated as you want it to be.
We're talking with Keith Snyder with 60cc Brewing. Matt, you had asked a question about the sophistication of a palate and all of this, and where I thought you were going, I'm curious your take on this, especially as we talk about we make elitism into anything. My good friend, recently passed Aaron Grzanek from Patron Saints Brewing, referred to it as craft swill. That basically said every brewery has to make some insanely light beer because that's what people like, right? There's a reason why Bud and Bud Light are number one sellers. What is your take on that, and how do you sort of meet people where they are and then get them to where you want them to be?
Okay, so I don't take offense to that notion at all. We have 2 beers on the menu right now that would arguably fill that gap, where they're very approachable styles, light, refreshing, not overly complicated. The first one is a beer called Finestra. It's a Czech Pilsner. And Czech Pilsner is basically the underlying traditional style behind American lagers. Immigrants in the 1800s brought those concepts to the U.S. and sort of recreated them the best they could, and that's where some of those American lagers came from. And so we have one of those on the menu so people can try a little bit of a different experience if they've never had one abroad. And then the second one we have, which also fits this bill, is a beer called Route 20, since we're on Route 20.
Yeah.
And that's an American-style cream ale, which is a sort of a similar notion. It comes from the other family of beers. The first one is lager. The second one is ales. And so that is also a light beer that is formulated but uses ale yeast, which has more versatility than lager yeast from the production side.
Gretchen said before we started that she likes a beer with a little bit of lemon. What do you recommend on your menu?
The only thing right now is the hard iced tea. It actually has lemon in it.
Okay,
Done.
There you go. All right. Keith Snyder, 60cc Brewing. Where's your location again?
We're at 2113 North Reynolds Road, Toledo, Ohio.
Right there, Reynolds and Bancroft.
Yes, Reynolds and
right
Bancroft.
near Schmuckers.
Oh, okay, got it.
Go get a pie, bring it over.
Yes. Brought to you by the Diabetes Association.
Keith, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck. Are you guys officially opened yet?
Yes, we are officially open as of a few days ago.
Nice.
Awesome.
And
Congratulations.
Thank you. Regular hours are Wednesday through Sunday.
Perfect.
More details on our Facebook page.
Best of luck and congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up this edition of the 419, powered by WGTE.
You laughed with us. You learned with us.
Hi, neighbor.
We made sure your childhood was special. Memories that could only be provided by PBS. For generations, we've given you programs that made a difference. Programs that entertain, inform, and inspired. And today is no different. This is WGTE Public Media in Toledo. It's where you belong.
Want to keep up with everything WGTE Public Media? Well, there's an app for that. Our new app provides national and local content from radio and television on demand. Listen live, watch your favorite TV programs, access schedules or podcasts, set reminders for your favorite shows, and more. Download it free for Android or Apple.
Welcome back into the 419, powered by WGTE, as we wrap up a Tuesday edition of the show. A great show, jam-packed with some incredible people. Amy Voigt.
Really good people.
Yeah. I thought you were going to disagree with me.
No.
A hot take.
Haifa Hailu with the Health Council of Northwest Ohio, and I apologize for getting that wrong earlier. And then Keith Snyder, 60cc Brewing. I love the small businesses. I love the small breweries in Toledo. They work so hard, make such an incredible product. And so, Keith, obviously, with an incredible, successful background at Ernest Brewing, now coming in there, but also his brewer came from Maumee Bay Brewing, and so they've just got a lot of talent and history there.
An all-star cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do. If you missed any part of the show, you can catch it at 7 a.m. on YouTube, 3 p.m. on FM 91, or 6 p.m. on WGTE Connects, channel 30.4, of course, online, 24/7 at WGTE.org/the419. It's the 419, powered by WGTE, presented by Witro Wealth Management.
The 419, powered by WGTE, is made possible in part by supporters like you.